Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So in this video, we have got a bunch, I don't know if you guys can see all this. There's a ton of RCBS here. Really excited to get into that. But today we are going to swap out this RCBS rock chucker with the first item here from RCBS, and I'm super excited to check this out. I have an RCBS Turret Press. So we are going to get it set up here on the inline fabrication ultra mount. I'm going to show you guys how easy this is going to be. But I have yet to ever use one of these turret presses from RCBS. I have used other green turret presses, but nothing from RCBS. So super excited to get it out. We'll do an unboxing, check it out, and give you my first thoughts on it. So let's jump into the video. First thing we got to do is move this RCBS. And this is the beauty of the inline fabrication mounts, is that it's super easy to remove the press. Now, if you guys can look over here, I have got a mount here on the side of my bench that I can just put the press over like that, and now we've got a clean slate to work with. So let's see what we're going to put on here. It's going to be the turret press. Surprise, surprise. Let's get it out and take a look at it. All right, again, I have used other green turret presses, but nothing from RCBS. Looks like this one already comes with the primer system on it, so that's pretty cool. A lot of the times that's an add-on with other presses, but let's just kind of take the box open here, take a look what we got. We've got our instructions, got the classic RCBS handle here. I'm just going to set stuff aside here. Looks like we've got, it's like a primer catch. And again, I'm guessing I've never actually looked at one of these before. There's some pickup tubes. Those are always handy. And again, we've talked about these before. These are a little bit different tip than we're used to. Looks like we got a large and small primer. And this would be our primer safety shroud. Get some of this cardboard out of here. And we will take a look. I might have to move some of this stuff out of the way here. We'll get it moved out of the way. All right, I'm going to take this out of the box. It's hard to do one-handed and film at the same time. So I'll get it out of the box. We'll take a look at it. All right, we got it all out of the box. There's some additional peripherals there. That's going to be like your handle to index your turret. And then this is part of the priming system. So again, typical RCBS quality. The finish, this is what I really love about RCBS, is the finish, that green and silver kind of hammered metal look. That's pretty awesome. So what we're going to do first is we're going to get this mounted on a quick change plate. We're going to put on an ultra mount. We'll get it up on the press here, or up on the stand. We'll take a better look at it. We'll start assembling it, and then I'll give you guys kind of my first impressions, fit and feel, quality, all that good stuff. So let's get this mounted up and take a look at it. All right, now we have the press mounted on our quick change plate. We're just going to slide it in like so, drop it in, and put our wing nuts on. It's that simple. I can't say enough good things about the inline fabrication press mounts. I mean, just makes things so much easier. Things just great products. Go check them out. All right, so now we're snug. Press is mounted. Let's start getting everything assembled onto it. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to get our handle mounted. And this is pretty typical RCBS handle. The ball's a little bit smaller than the other presses, which is kind of different. But you can set it up left or right-handed. We're going to go set it up right-handed because, well, I'm right-handed. So we're going to thread that in just like so. And then just get it hand tight like that. Just looking at it real quick, like this, this shell holder looks completely different than I'm used to. We'll see how she goes. We'll finish up the assembly. I'm debating on putting on the primer assembly. I've never really liked priming on turrets, even though I have set up other presses that way. Like, I kind of think of it as like more of like a single stage with multi-heads, but we're going to put it on there and check it out, see how we like it. All right, so I went ahead and grabbed, this is your turret handle, and you're getting 6 stations on this turret. It is, or I should say, you can have multiple turret setups, take it off with a nut here. It does have a ball detent, you can feel that. It's very matter of fact when you rotate between stations, and it feels a lot more intentional than, say, the T7 or the other green press that I'm really familiar with. This press, like I said, it feels very intentional, very mechanical. There is virtually zero turret flex, which is really nice. It does have a support here on the back, so as you are pressing up into this turret, it doesn't have zero, basically has zero flex whatsoever. And again, the engagement, very matter of fact. You do have multiple locations for your handle, so as you rotate around, you can move back real easy and continue on with your operation. So we've got our primer system set up. I don't have the magazine or the safety shroud on yet. I just kind of wanted to show you how this is going to work. So you're going to pull back, grab your primer, push forward, and as you can see right now it's not letting me push forward because it's wanting the press up, and there's a slot in the ram already cut. So as you're doing your sizing, whatever, and you're coming down, it's going to not let you push it in till right about there. You're going to come down. You can see your primer cup is up. So you're doing your priming action, and then as you come up, it's going to force it back out. Now, if we take a look at this ram, which is the way this is cut out is kind of bizarre to me, but basically it still will accept any standard shell holder, and it does, clip into place. So as you can see, there's where our priming is going to take place. All right, so if we look at the ram here, I mean, we can see there is a lot of material cut out of this ram to accommodate this priming system. And, a lot of the older single stages and turrets were, they just didn't offer the ability to prime on the press, and it just seemed like you had a lot more, beefy, stout ram, but I don't feel any deflection, and I don't feel it on any other single stages or anything that's done this in the past. Redding's also cutting out their rams like this to accommodate priming on the press, and that's just another reason for me. I'm not a huge fan of it, but I get the appeal. So there is just basically the primer setup. So to finish this off, we're using small primers. You're going to take your magazine, place it down into the priming system, and then we're just going to take our safety shroud, and this is pretty standard issue, and just tighten it down. Hand tight, that's it. Don't get cranking on it. And then you'll use your primer pickup tubes. Let me pick you guys up a little bit. Drop your primers in, pull back, pick up, and go in like so, doing your priming action. So the other downside to this setup, and it's the same on all of them, is it just gets in the way of the turret. So if you're going to run it on this side, so I'm going to, again, never been a fan of this setup. Most all of your turrets now that are offering priming, that's kind of what you're stuck with. Now, I'm going to pull this off for a second. So for me, if you're doing, say, 2 operations, you're coming up, over, and back. So you can see where that's going to get in the way. Or you're going to put your handle back here, and then you're going to reach around it, all the time to do your thing. That's just the downside of priming on turrets. But let's go ahead. So everything's fully assembled now. The only thing we're lacking is our primer catch, which is right here. And this just snaps together in place. I would probably, if it was me, go ahead, get some super glue. This is pretty thin plastic. Get some super glue, get it put together really good. but it does stay in place. Anyway, so again, ambidextrous. So if you've got your primer and your handle on different spots, but basically just has some plastic tabs here that slip in the other bolt holes. And then if we go ahead, I'm gonna pull this back off. You look on the back side of the ram, it is notched out to shoot the primers in this cup. And you know, like with any setup like this, they're never 100%. Inadvertently, you're gonna get primers everywhere. I don't know of a manufacturer yet who has perfected this where primers don't end up somewhere on the floor. But anyways, let's go ahead. Final thoughts, wrap it up. What do we think about the RCBS Turret Press? All right, guys, it's going to wrap up the video on the RCBS Turret Press. Again, a lot of things going on with this press. This press comes standard with a priming system, primer catch. It's ambidextrous. And like with any turret press, you get the functionality of having multiple stages, which can come in very handy. The other thing that you can do with this press, you can buy multiple turret heads. I do this on other turret presses that I have. Ironically, they're green as well. But anyways, that's a really nice function. Just have multiple turret heads. Makes changing out between calibers very easy. We do have this mounted up on our inline fabrication mount on the quick change plate, what makes that very nice. And so let's just go over that. I know I'm going to get this question because when we're talking about the other rock chucker, or I'm sorry, the RCBS rock chuck over here, I'm getting tons of questions. How is it compared to the Blue Dylan, or how is it compared to this? So I know that I'm going to get asked, how does this compare to the Redding? How does this compare to the Lyman? Well, aside from the number of stations variability, specifically, I know I'm going to ask about the Redding. Fit and finish, the finish, like the coating on the RCBS, I like it way better. Even on other presses, the fact that this is kind of has a gloss finish makes cleanup really nice. So that's my one complaint about the T7 is the finish is kind of like matte, and it's porous and it collects grease, dirt, stuff like that. The RCBS products do not do that. T7, 7 stations, 6 stations. The turret movement is very matter of fact. You cannot mistake that you've engaged each station on RCBS. Ironically, I do like the priming system a lot better on the RCBS, but I don't like the priming system on either one of them to ever use it. As far as motion of the ram, very similar. I do like the fact that RCBS has virtually no turret deflection. In all honesty, you can't go wrong with either one of those presses. It just boils down to preference. Are you doing just a brand thing on your bench or whatever? But this is a very, very good turret press. And what we're going to be doing with it is we're either going to do 308, 223, one of those two. We're going to do a rifle series on that. And we've got a ton of other RCBS stuff over here as well. So you're going to want to sub up. You're going to want to stick around. We might do a separate video on just everything that I've got sitting over here. But we can go all the way from case prep cleaning all the way to assembly of cartridges. And that's what we're going to be doing on the RCBS. We're going to be using the Uniflow powder measure. It's going to be a good fun series, and we're going to basically just talk about how we like to use a turret press, what's it good for, what kind of guy, why would you buy a turret press, and so stick around in that series. It's going to be fun. But if you guys like these videos, hit that subscribe button, hit the little bell for notifications. If you want to support us, we have affiliate links in the description. We have an Amazon storefront where you can find all this stuff. Tested, true. I've gave my opinion on it. You can find it there. It helps us out a little bit. Also, PayPal, Patreon links. But easy way, just like and subscribe. Appreciate it. Watch the videos to the end. Comment, all that good stuff. Keeps us motivated. But until next time, guys, God bless.